Hey you guys, it's me Kiana coming at you today, and as you guys know, I am back in the hospital. Um, Again, yes. Um, Daddy has left in Pooty, so I am by myself, and I told you guys I wanted to talk to you about a few subjects um, before well, after they left. That way, they had my undivided attention, and now you guys have my undivided attention. So, um, if you haven't watched my previous videos, just so you will be aware of some of the things that we're going to be talking about, make sure you go do that. Because one of them was me coming back, and I had my hijab on, and the other video was talking about if I'm a Muslim, because I have my hijab on, and giving you more details. So those are two videos that you're going to want to see in order to be caught up accurately. Okay, so yes, I brought my fur blanket from the house to the hospital. Yes, I did, because you guys know I'm always cold. So to eliminate that and eliminate having to ask for 50 blankets in order to be, warm and cozy, I just brung my fur one. So, um, yeah. So, as you can see, I am wearing my head wrap differently. There will be times that you will see me wear my head wraps differently. You may see me wear one that's a hijab. You may see me have one that is an African headpiece. You may see me wear a scarf just in a little knot or whatever. Um, but the fact is that, and what will be consistent, is that you will see my hair wrapped all the time. And as I spoke to you guys about this yesterday, about the modesty, I explained to you guys why I'm doing this. Um, I explained a little bit about what it looks like, the changes you'll see physically in me. But I now want to also talk about this huge community that I did not know anything about. Now, let me just briefly go back a little bit. As you all know, my mom is a minister. Okay, she is a minister of the Christian faith, and she was raised Pentecostal. So, being that, you know, my family, as growing up, we were, you know, kind of close knit. I've seen all different types um, of religions through my family members. Um, and the Pentecostal appearance, and I don't know if this is for all, but I can just talk about for my family, was to have that little lace doily on their head. You remember that little lace doily, you guys? Some people probably still wear that, because I actually see them in the hair store all the time, so somebody's wearing them. And they also didn't show any skin. They wore dresses down to their ankles, and they didn't wear pants. That is just, I'm talking about just the physical appearance. I'm pretty sure it's other things, but those are the things that I'm just talking about right now. Um, so I'm saying all that to say I am aware of head covering for other religions other than Muslim. Um, I think that some don't know it, because some consider it an old way of doing or an old lifestyle. Some go back to the Old Testament, where the Bible spoke that we had to cover our heads and stuff like that, but then the New Testament, we were freed from those old laws. But some people can say that, but then the other side that some people can use for explaining where they are and why they think that they should be covered, why they feel most comfortable covered, is, the Bible says that women are supposed to cover their head while they're praying. But the Bible also tells us to pray and not cease, meaning continue to pray. And if you are continuously in prayer, then a lot of people feel most comfortable just covering their head at all times. because there's no restriction on when they're going to pray. They pray without ceasing. So as I stated before, my journey of covering is for it's for modesty, as well as it is embracing and being a representation of my submission. My submission, of course, to my husband, because he is the head of me and who covers me, and then also over top of him, my submission to the Father. A lot of people want to know, do I believe in God? Yes, I believe in God. A lot of people want to know, do I believe in Jesus? Yes, I do believe in what you may call Jesus. And the reason why I say that is because doing my research and, learning and absorbing and enjoying absorbing so much, I really feel so much at home and so much peace as I'm learning these things, you guys, because it feels like, I told Daddy the other day, it doesn't feel like I'm a new person. You know how people go through changes and they say it feels like I'm a new person. It doesn't feel like I'm a new person. It feels exactly what the song says, Amazing Grace, that I was lost and now I'm found. It feels like I lost myself and now I've reconnected with my true self. So I'm trying to explain myself as accurately as possible with you guys getting the full impact. Of course, you're not going to get all the impact that I feel, because it's a quite exciting experience, because it really makes you feel like you have a real personal relationship and connection with the Father, as if He's sitting right next to you, and y'all working things out, together, and just kind of having a power meeting together. So it's quite an amazing journey. The reason why I said what you call Jesus is because after my research, I've researched that J wasn't even in the dictionary. Wasn't even, not the dictionary, I'm sorry. They didn't even have a big book of a dictionary, the source and all that. I guess they went to the library and got that. Just joking. It wasn't in the language. J was not, the sound of J was not in existence back then. So that's why I said who you call Jesus. But however you call him, I do believe God sent his one and only begotten Son, so that we would not perish and so that we would have everlasting life. So that is my beliefs. As far as labels, you guys, I'm still learning, I'm still enjoying, and I'm not too much focused on labeling myself or my faith. More importantly, as I just sent a comment to someone else, more importantly than a label, I want to be a reflection of God, His laws and His beliefs. I want to be the person that God intended for me to be. I want to be the woman of God that God intended me to be. I want to be the wife and the mother that God has ordained me to be. And I think that, and being faithful to God and all of His spiritual laws, and being the best me and servant of God that I can be, I think that all of these things are more important than just a label. And the reason why I'm saying I don't want to label myself is because I am also learning about the when, where, and hows and whos of where Christianity was forced upon, the title of Christianity was forced upon my ancestors. And I don't feel comfortable right now labeling myself strictly as a Christian. Now, I hope that doesn't offend anyone, and it shouldn't, because it's not about you. So I'm just saying what I feel comfortable with saying, and I don't feel comfortable labeling myself. I won't do that until I have learned at the level that I needed to be able to come to you with confidence and say, I am this. But I can come to you in confidence and tell you that I am a servant of the Most High. And I intend on making Him proud, so that when my time comes to meet Him, he shall look at me and say, well done, my good and faithful servant. So I hope that this video went a little bit more in depth with you guys. Label of a Christian? No, I'm not a labeled Christian. I also, after being labeled a Christian so long, it sometimes feels a little uncomfortable for me to say that, because it almost feels like I'm denying Christ. I'm denying God. I'm denying who many in society call Jesus. And that's the complete opposite of where I am and what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to learn and what I feel in my spirit. That's totally opposite. But I know that we can get attached to tradition. We can get attached to routine. And even if these things aren't right, or even if these things are questionable, or even if we even find evidence of something that is different than what we've known all along, because it's comfortable and it's what we know and what we've known for so long, for generations and generations and generations, sometimes we'll go on with the ignorance rather than to accept the truth, if you're understanding what I'm saying. So I have to change my mindset as to, because Christianity tells you, if you don't label yourself a Christian, then you must be with the Antichrist and you must be on Satan's side. And that is what's programmed into my head, because I have been a Christian for so long, and then I come from a long line of Christians. So because of that, it's like I'm automatically programmed, and I'm talking about deeply programmed and deeply rooted in the Christianity title. So I have to always, tell myself and reaffirm with myself that, I am not a bad person, nor am I looking to follow any other religions, because I know that's not of God as well, to be just looking to find all kinds of religions and pagan religion. That's not my attempt. My attempt is to research and to learn truth, not what was told to me or what was distorted, but to actually know truth, and for the truth to be a representation within me. And for instance, just an example, the pictures that I've always seen all of my life, and I'm pretty sure many of you brown and African American people, I'm pretty sure you've always seen the picture of what they call white Jesus. And it doesn't really matter to me if he was to be in all white or Caucasian skin, or if he was to be in the deepest mahogany skin. But I do want to know the truth. And the truth is, he is not, his description does not represent that picture of what I've always known and what has been known for many, many, many years, hundreds of years, of Jesus looking like white Jesus. The Bible describes him vividly for us, and we have to research who made that picture a representation of who we serve. Even despite it totally went against the word, we have to research why that was done. What was the purpose of it? People say, well, it doesn't matter what color Jesus is. Well, if it doesn't matter, why not give a true representation, a true visual, representation of what he really looks like from the Word of God that we study and that we follow and that we preach. If it doesn't matter, then why not? Why change it? Why go through changing it? And then you have to research who that picture really is. It's quite a story behind that, and I think I'll share that with you guys in another video. But it's been things thrown around, and it actually is pictures that you can compare the well-known white Jesus picture with Michelangelo and stuff like that. So it's a whole long, you know, story behind it. It's interesting, but it is truth. So, you know, I want to live my life, follow my beliefs from what God tells us, not from just because I want to be lazy, spiritually lazy, and spiritually ignorant to learning the truth rather than being comfortable with the lies, or being so acceptable to receive distortions, or, you know, mistruths and misleading. So that's where I'm at. So I hope that this is explained to you guys. I really am trying to explain it to you guys as much as possible. I will say this: I will not be dwelling on and having these back and forth conversations about religion, spirituality. I won't be doing that, for that's not my purpose. My purpose is to continue to do whatever it moves me to do on this channel, but I'm addressing the spirituality part because it was visible. It was the elephant in the room. So therefore, that's why I, out of respect and love and you know, out of respect and love, admiration to my viewers who have supported me for many years, I thought it was only right that I would tell you, you know, and explain to you the difference that you see. But to go in depth any further than that, I really won't. Now, if I feel like God is placing that on my heart, I will do that. But right now, I won't be going back and forth and having those, you know, battles over your beliefs and my beliefs, and, you know, I'm not going to do that. But I am welcome to you sharing. You know, I'm not, you know, ignorant or bullheaded enough that I'm not open up to, you know, hear your beliefs, because after all, you're listening and taking time to hear my beliefs. So I have no problem with just hearing what your beliefs, but I'm not going to battle back and forth of who's right and who's wrong, because that's a never-ending battle. And I could take that focus and all of that energy on learning more, becoming more one with me and the Father, and I'd rather use that energy for things like that than for a battle that no one can win from. So yeah, I hope that this has explained it. I want to do a couple of videos. I want to do a video on Kris Jenner. Not Kris Jenner. What's the one that's now a woman? Well, I don't think he has a womb, and I don't think that he has a vagina yet. So I technically can't call him a woman, I don't think. But you know who I'm talking about. I want to do a video on that. I know it's going to be kind of controversial. It's controversial for anybody that touches on the subject. It's a subject that you have to be true to yourself, but you also have to be sensitive towards others, because you don't want to, like I said, I don't want my beliefs to ever turn someone away from the truth because I gave them the truth harshly. We are supposed to speak the truth. That is what we're supposed to do. Even if it hurts for people to hear it, we're supposed to speak the truth. But what many people don't do is they don't read the rest of the passage and the rest of, you know, the directions of how we're supposed to do it. We're supposed to do it out of love. So you can't just, because it's the truth, just blatantly just give it to somebody like a punch in the face and just walk away. You can't do that. You can't drop kick somebody with the truth. You have to give them the truth out of love. Otherwise, they won't receive it properly as such. So I'm going to go ahead and go, you guys. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for watching. And I will talk to you guys later. Be blessed, you guys.